All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our bi-weekly, every other week Connect webinar about the Highway 14 project. And we're pleased to have Lance from RH Batterman on and some others to talk about the progress that's frankly been made in the last couple of weeks. I know you had said you needed warm and windy weather, and we certainly got that at the first part of last week there. Maybe a little too warm, but I've seen some tremendous progress out there, and I know you've got a lot to update us on. It looks like traffic's going to be switching over to the near Deerfield concrete pavement next week, and some other things are happening. So, Lance, I'll throw it over to you. Tell us what's going on.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, Mother Nature blessed us. It was out of the gates, like you said, for those concrete crews to come out of the winter and their first days of paving concrete pavement at 95 degrees. You usually like to ease into that, but they got the douse right away. But yeah, we've had a ton of success in the last 2 weeks since we talked, and obviously I got some pictures to share. But just about, I don't think Mike's on board today, but their storm sewer crews are just about to finish up with this stage, which is big, because that is a big storm sewer going in the ground. Anybody remembers all of Highway 14 prior to us being here was all ditches and medians and culverts, and so all of that water now is getting harnessed through the storm sewer system. And that's, like I said, it's just about done. And when that, and we'll keep moving forward, it's just probably just as easy to talk through with pictures here. I'll need you to enable screen sharing though, it looks like. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Hang on there, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
All participants, you'd think I'd have figured this out by now, but okay, give it a try.
Oh, there we go. And
we're good.
Okay. Perfect. Well, as you can see, I changed my backdrop here. That is our concrete paving crews in the backdrop there, and they this crew can get a lot done in a short time, as you all see driving through. Like we've talked in the past, what you see there is the aggregate base course that gets trimmed by their machine. And then the green things you see laying there are the dowel baskets that go in each concrete joint to transfer the load. So moving on with that, this is our crew going underneath the new I-39 structure, which isn't the easiest thing to do, because obviously those dump trucks need to have their tops go up, so it's a little slower going underneath the bridge, but we got through without any issue. Again, this is actually, so the whiter concrete you see there is the 24-foot mainline pavement. So you'll have 2 lanes of traffic just like we did before. And what they're tacking on there is actually a 5-foot bike path that's in the actual roadway. That's never been a feature of Highway 14. So not only will you have the 10-foot asphalt path on the Farm and Fleet side, you'll have this on-road 5-foot bike facility. Then you'll also have a 5-foot pedestrian path sidewalk to the right of that as well. This is them finishing that. So to the right, that is your 24-foot mainline, like you talked about. And one of the new features to the left, what you see them finishing is the left turn lane to go on the interstate. And these are 4 to 5 times longer than they used to be. So you have a lot more queuing room, which will make that traffic flow a lot better on the 14 corridor. Again, here's that overhead view of them paving underneath the bridge, obviously the interstate up above. This, what we're looking at, is the new northbound off-ramp to go to like the Golden Corral you see there, or TA gas station, which that'll all be connected up by the end of next week. So our goal, like I said, this is Deerfield Drive, like Dan mentioned earlier. That concrete up to the upper right, traffic will be shifted onto that new concrete hopefully by the end of next week, which opens up this whole other area here. I don't know if you see my cursor. We'll take, and once traffic's on the new stuff, we'll tear all that out and get that done just as quick as we can. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Dan.
So Lance, one question, overall timeline for the project. I mean, I know that you've got anticipated completion by late summer, early fall. How's that looking? I mean, from an overall 30,000 foot view, how's the timeline looking? Are we still on schedule?
Yeah, we're definitely on schedule. We're doing good. Without the rain today, would be even better, but we'll definitely make our August 23rd deadline to open back up that closed section. You know, once we open that up, you'll have traffic flow through there. We'll still have a lot of work to do in, like, say, for instance, these medians. That's stage 5 stuff. That's what we start in after August 23rd. And then come August 23rd in these areas and in the median here, that's when we'll start doing these ramp connections. So between August 23rd and November 4th, like for instance, these ramps right here will close for 21 days to get all those connections done. And then same thing on this other side here for the southbound ramps. Those following this 21-day closure, there'll be another 21-day closure here where we connect all of those ramps. And so in the way this works, they will make their deadlines. And they'll do that. If we were to ever get behind, it would be nights and weekends to get it done, but we will make our deadlines.
Hey, Lance, a quick question. So when those ramps are closed, what will be the routes that people will take to get on and off the interstate then? Can you go?
Yeah, I'll go over that. Yeah, those definitely will be signed very well. And what it'll do is just kick you over to the 26 interchange. And it's a short, I mean, that's the beauty of these two interchanges being so close. So if you wanted to get off here, you would just cruise up to 26 and then come back around. Slight delay, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not like they're 10 miles apart.
And likewise, there'll be signage like this. Let's just say traffic is coming into Janesville on 14 from the north or west. There'll be signage probably before they get to 26 that they need to turn on 26 in order to get on the ramp going southbound on 39.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll be very large signs up on the interstate telling you that you need to detour. And then once you get down to 26, there'll be detour signs bringing you back to 14 as well.
Okay. Okay. Great.
And I'm glad you mentioned those 21-day ramp closures that'll happen after August 23rd, because we do want people to know that this is a full 2-season project, really, and you know, we'll go to until the snow flies pretty much. I mean, what's your anticipated completion for the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak?
We got to be out of here, trees planted, grass growing, all signs up by November 4th.
November 4th. Okay, so really and truly, hopefully the snow won't be flying by then, but you never know.
Hopefully not. We got one of our interstate construction timeframes. We had some snow in October, so we're hoping not to get that this year.
Yeah, we always hope, but you never know around here. So any questions from the rest of the group? Angela, you got anything else?
Yeah, I had another question, Lance. Escaping me right now. Shoot. Something. Oh, you know what? Right before we started, you were explaining how, how rain affects this concrete pouring like today. Can you just take our audience through that briefly? Why we're not doing concrete because of the rain?
Yeah, so like if you see this right here is put down in one pass. And if there's a potential for rain on that brand new concrete would be a bad day for them.
And why is that? Can you explain?
Yeah, concrete is real specific on what its moisture content needs to be. And if it rained on that, it would potentially damage the surface. It wouldn't ruin everything, but it would make that surface vulnerable to not to be the best it could be. But they do travel with, if you can believe it, if we pave this out today from this side of the interstate to that, they have enough plastic on board that all their crews stop everything they're doing and they cover the entire sheet with plastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so could I maybe use the analogy like if you baked a chocolate cake and you pulled it out of the oven and you dumped a layer of water on top of it to simulate rain, you could probably still eat that cake, but it wouldn't taste very good. It'd probably be pretty soggy and mushy at the top. And then over time, if that happens to your concrete, that's going to crumble and it's going to be destroyed. And eventually it won't cure properly. So we'll have to replace it again. Is that fair?
That's a fair assessment. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, they on a day like that, they would get it covered. And it's really just time and money out of their pocket as their guys are doing something that they're not going to get paid for. But for the most part, we spend a lot of time watching the weather radars. Let's put it that way.
I bet you do. You have to. Well, great. Thanks for explaining that to our audience today.
You bet.
and one of the things I've noticed over the first or last 3 months with Angela being our new president and CEO, she's a master of analogies. She's really good with those. So look for that when you meet with Angela.
No.
She's great. So Lance, if there's even a possibility of rain on a day like today, the crews say no go, we're not doing it, or how does that work? I mean,
I would say most days we would still go. It's just for these 24-foot wide days. It gets real hard to drag a 1,000-foot sheet of plastic that's 30 feet wide. And usually with the rain comes wind, but
right.
those are about the only days we would probably pull the plug like today.
I see. Good deal. Any questions from our audience at this point? Just unmute yourself and ask if you'd like. If not, last call for questions. All right, Lance, you guys are doing a tremendous job. We appreciate you and all the men and women that are working on this project. Everybody from your office support staff to people who are out there on the ground getting it done. You guys do tremendous work, and we want you to know that we appreciate it. And we appreciate the fact that you're so open and willing to communicate about this project and come on with us every couple of weeks and talk through it and answer questions and concerns. So again, kudos to you. If there's nothing else for the good of the order, we will adjourn and see y'all in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, John. You're
Have a
awesome.
great day.
Bye-bye.